Hey y'all, this is Pete with Handicap Outdoors. I just wanted to give you a little update on my current situation. Um, I have to move. That's a bad thing and a good thing. The good thing about me moving would be I would be close to my new job. I have to relocate to uh, closer to the middle of the state in order to have a short drive to my job. Just picked up a job doing uh, and the go between the software development team and the sales department. Um, I basically have to get paperwork in order, and I'll be able to move up into the programming department eventually. But yeah, it's a nice job. It'll be 40 hours a week. Um, it'll start off being 32 hours a week, working Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, possibly Saturday. And then Monday, Wednesday, I am in school from 8 a.m. until 4 or 5 p.m., depending on if the last class gets out early or not. Um, so, yeah, I have a very, very busy schedule. I haven't done any fishing videos for 2, 3 weeks now, probably because I haven't been fishing for 2 to 3 weeks. Um, the road that I'm on, there's 3 bridges between where I'm at and the main highway down by the river. One of those bridges is under construction, completely blocked off. So it takes my, 5 to 7 minute, 3.5 miles down to the river. It turns it into over 20 miles because I have to backtrack and go cross country, cross back roads, and meet up with the other main highway in order to get down to the main highway on the river. So it turned 3 something miles into 20 something miles. That's just this part. From the south end of town to where I have to work, well, is another, almost 20, 25 miles. So if I do not move, I'll be driving 40 to 50 miles round trip a day to work, 3, 4 days a week in a car that gets 15 miles to the gallon. You break that down, that's 2, 4, 5 gallons of gas a day at 3 something a gallon. Lost my train of thought here. Yeah, 5 times 3, that's $15 in gas a day just to go up there and back. That's not including anything else. And that's at current gas prices, which is 3.10 actually. And they're looking to go up because it's getting to be winter. So I might be paying $3.50 or $4 a gallon just to get, to work. At $4 a gallon, at 5 gallons, that's $20 a day just to get to work. So you can see why I'm moving, because I need to work 2 hours to pay for the gas that it takes me to get to work, and then every hour after that would be going towards take-home pay. I do need to find a rental in the Sparta area. Sparta, Tomah, West Salem, Bangor, Rockford, Melvina, Leon. Don't really want to do Black River because that's all back roads down to Sparta, but I could do that too. Basically along I-90 between West Salem, Wisconsin, and Tomah. I need to find a place. But on the bright side, I did find a couple of new ponds, new places to fish in Sparta and Angelo, which is just 2 miles up the road from Sparta. There's two lakes on the La Crosse River. I've been doing some research for fishing, and they look to have a very decent bass and pike population in both lakes. In the Angelo Lake, there is more rough fish, suckers, and carp. And about 10-15 years ago, some vandals broke the dam and flooded the La Crosse River with whatever was in the Angelo Reservoir. So, since the next large body of water is Perch Lake by Sparta, it's thought that a lot of rough fish made their home in that lake. There is a nice spillway dam at both lakes. And I've been looking up on different fishing websites. There are tons of fish, pike and bass, and there's even a couple carp that's been caught in the last year or so around that dam. It's also supposed to be very good water for brown, rainbow, and there's another subspecies of rainbow trout that starts with an S. I can't remember offhand. But there's going to be a lot of fishing opportunity for new species. And if I can get a place in Sparta that is close enough to the water, I should be able to put a shanty out there. There's a small boat ramp. I need to look into it more because it's a very shallow lake. According to the USGS, it only gets 8 to 10 feet deep at the highest. That's during high water season and everything like that. Low water, we're looking at 5 feet deep max. So, I'll still need to do something about my motor that likes to get tangled in grass and crap. But I've got a few ideas to do things. Plus, there's a lot of area for shore fishing. A lot. And it's very close. You know, there's not a whole lot of weeds or rocks or steep bank to get to the water, which also means it'll flood out easier. But, you know, it'd be a great place to fish. So I'm excited about that part. I would be very excited to be able to move to Sparta or Angelo, so I'm very close to the water. It'd be very nice if I could, you know, get a house or something like that, or a chunk of land with a cabin. I'm currently going through the loan pre-approval process to be able to do something like that. There's a couple places up in Sparta that look real nice and would be great for my dad's business as well as myself. That's another thing. Up in Sparta, besides Walmart and a small bait shack at a gas station, you know, those pre-built cabins, sheds, those kind of things that the Amish make? They have one of those, 20 by 10, and that's a small bait shack. According to their website, they sell live bait. And from the few pictures of inside, it looks like mostly ice fishing stuff. So, we'll have to see. They do have some different lures and whatnot. So, it's worth a trip. But there isn't really a good, um, bait and tackle shop up there. So, that would be interesting to have a bait and tackle shop close to the park and the lake and all that stuff. I'm thinking about opening one. If not, having another small bait shack or something like that. Um, but I have been looking into 3D printing, and I've been looking into plastic injection molding, and I've been looking into making molds for soft plastics and that kind of thing, and even buying a couple molds for soft plastics and sinkers and that kind of thing, and then making them in my spare time because I like to do that stuff. You know, I want to design a couple of different lures that I can 3D print molds for and then pour soft plastic in them or injection mold um, small lures with plastic, small crankbaits and that kind of thing. I'd like to try multi-joint swim baits and stuff like that. I've got ideas. I've got plans. I need money and a place to do it. So, that is an update on my life as a whole. I also have a bunch of appointments coming up. Pulmonology. I have a appointment up in Mayo Clinic in Rochester for neurology. So hopefully that will produce some results. Because I've been using my wheelchair a lot more at school, I've gained a little bit of endurance, but my arms still feel like lead after I get done going from one end of campus to the other to do some paperwork or whatever at the office and then come all the way back over to the classroom I have to be at and yada yada yada. And so there's that. Have had zero luck getting batteries for my power chair, which would be really nice at work. Otherwise, it's manual chair and or cane, and I've been falling a lot more with my cane. It sucks. Really fucking sucks. Yeah. They have to retest me for asthma since I've had asthma since I was a teen, and they say they have to test me because they don't have that diagnosis on file. I'm guessing that when they went from paper files to all digital computer files, it didn't get scanned in, it got lost in the stack, some shit. But because of that, I cannot get any breathing accommodations for school or work or something like that. School is still under their tyrannical mandate of having to wear a mask, and they want me to wear a face shield with a mask on it, so it covers my entire face, and then a mask goes from ear to ear, and I'm just encased in a bubble. There's no ventilation, and I really can't breathe after just a couple seconds in there. So I went back to regular masks, leave the top open and down over my nose. So I have like this all the time with open gaps. That way I can breathe. And when people who have escorted me off the campus before get close, get bitchy, I just pull it up, wait for them to go by. And if it happens to slip down while I'm talking, I don't fucking care. I might as well go on a small rant now. Okay. The CDC and OSHA did studies on the blue surgical masks back in 2005 and 2007. OSHA did dry particles, and the CDC did vapor, aerosol particles. Okay. The blue paper mask had zero ability to catch anything of 10 micrometers and smaller. Okay. In both tests, by the way. They were only like 70-80% effective at 20 millimeter size, or micrometer size. Yeah, micrometers. 20 micrometers to 10 micrometers in size. They had an 80% catch rate. So 20% of those size got out. Okay. So let's just go with the smallest size here. 10 micrometers. Okay, if you can imagine that. Now, I looked up scientific reports on the COVID virus. Okay. It is 40 nanometers in size. Difference between a nanometer and a micrometer is a scale of 1,000. So the 40 nanometers is 0.04 micrometers. Okay. So 4% of a micrometer, if that makes sense. Now you take your 40 nanometers virus. You put 20 of them end to end in a chain, long chain. That's 1 micrometer. Okay. Now, 10 micrometers is the smallest that paper mask will filter out. Okay. So that is 20 in 1 micrometer times 10. That's 200. Okay, 200 viruses chained end to end will gap the 10 micrometer hole. And that's a straight line. Now you want to go area-wise? We'll just say it's a square. That's easy math. Width times height. Okay, 10 by 10. Okay, so if you can fit 200, you times that by 200, the area is filled with chain to chain 20,000 viral spores. Chained in one big flat sheet can still pass through the 10 micrometer holes, micrometer holes in a blue mask. Okay? Yeah. The mask cannot stop a single viral spore from escaping. They cannot stop 20,000 in a big flat sheet, which viruses don't do, by the way. They're all scattered out. They cannot stop 20,000 from passing through at one time. Blue paper masks do not work. Okay? That's my little rant. Now, you want to get into your cloth masks. Okay? Cloth masks have never been tested as far as their filtration ability. However, if you pull your shirt or your mask up over your eyes and hold it looking at the light, you can see light coming through. Okay? You do that to your paper mask, you don't really see any pure light coming through. It's all glowing in the fibers. Okay? So your cloth masks have larger holes than your blue paper masks. Understand? Okay. So, cloth masks don't work. The blue paper masks don't work. The things that do work, the N95 mask that they tell everyone works, which is why, masks work, can filter down to 10 nanometers. Okay? Those masks are the ones that doctors wear. They are the ones that are form-fitting over the nose, over the chin, back up and over the nose. You cannot pull them off. They're like suction cup to your fucking face. Those have a filtration rate of 10 nanometers. Those can filter out the virus. So, the next time you see someone walking around with a paper mask in public, just know they are stupid. Seriously. That's education. You can look that up. 2005, OSHA, surgical mask, and you can read the 20-page report. Okay? 2007 CDC surgical mask. You can read that. It's available on the internet. It's hard to find because Google decides to filter out that kind of shit. And then surgical medical studies 2020 that you can find on the COVID virus for its physical size. Micrometers, nanometers. You want to know how small a micrometer is? Okay, you know how big a centimeter is, right? So, the top of a superglue cap, this part across the top, is approximately 1 centimeter. Okay? It takes 100 centimeters to make a meter. Alright? And a meter is the same as a yard. Alright? It's about 32 of these in order to make a foot. Okay? Now we're moving to the metric system. You go centimeters to micrometers. Okay? There's 1,000 micrometers in 1 centimeter. So you break this, top of this, going up to down, that divided by 1,000. 1,000 tiny, tiny bits. It's like the size of a surgical needle. Okay? That's about 1 micrometer. Same difference, different pronunciation depending on if you're British or American. So, nanometers. There's 1,000 nanometers in a micrometer. Okay? So, 1,000, that's 1 million. 1 nanometer is 1 millionth the size of this. Okay? That is tiny. 40 nanometers is the size of a coronavirus. 40 nanometers. Okay? 1 million divided by 40 is what? Actually, I have to get my calculator for that because I'm a little at the moment. So, it'd be 100,000 divided by 4. That's 250,000. 25,000? $250,000. Now, 25,000, 250,000 viruses in a long, thin chain. Is that big? You're dealing with very big numbers. And you're dealing with something extraordinarily small. So small that you cannot physically see it with your human eyes. But you can see light through your cloth mask. If you hold it over your eyes, you can see things through your cloth mask. Your paper mask is a little better. You can't really see things through it. But it's still tiny. You can still get tiny amounts through it. I should really stop this rant, because I'm getting extraordinarily pissed off thinking about every time I see someone wearing a mask, and you are fucking stupid. But that's me. So, yeah, I will finish this video. It's a tad bit long. If you really want to get into a scientific discussion, I have zero problem. Come straight to me. We'll talk face to face. We will not be agitated about it. We will talk like adults. And I can prove to you that paper masks don't work. Now, why do they cause my breathing problems? Because large water droplets can range from 20 micrometers to 100 micrometers. That is being pumped out of your lungs and caught behind that mask and turning the air that you are going to breathe in very hot and very humid. I'm sorry, I'm not a fish. I cannot breathe water. I have trouble breathing when it's 80 plus humidity, 80 plus % humidity. It's like trying to gasp for air all the time because you're inhaling so much vapor and water in the air. The mask makes that worse. I can't put my head underneath covers. I can't do this for more than a few seconds before I start to gasp. A couple breaths. You have all that hot, humid air caught behind a mask. And that hot, humid air is what triggers my asthma. Unfortunately. But, well, the video's going on almost half hour now. Wow. Thank you for sticking with me. Remember to like, subscribe, and yeah, if you stuck with me this long, thank you. Thank you for letting me vent to you. But I will talk at you later. It's starting to get a little too dark to work now, so time to go to bed and get up early for school. And hopefully find an apartment or a place to live or something up in the Sparta area. So if you know anything like that, please comment. If you know any place specific that I could stay for like a month, because I don't have anything for security deposit or first month rent until I get my first paycheck, which is 3 to 4 weeks after I start, and I start next Tuesday. So, the sooner the better, and I will update everyone once I'm moving in and that kind of thing. So, yeah. But, y'all have a good one. Take care. And remember, even if you're handicapped, you can still enjoy the outdoors. And I've been proving it to you. But, y'all have a good one. Later.